What's up? What's up? So, this stream pretty much, this stream is pretty much for me to remind you guys that keep doing what you're doing. For those of you that are doing your music, that have your businesses, I don't care if you're trying to get a new home, a new job. Just keep moving, keep pushing. Don't give up. I know sometimes things and times can get really discouraging. Your friends, family, even your own subconscious can get to you sometimes and kind of cause you to stop believing in what you're doing. But you have to keep moving. At the end of the day, you're doing what you're doing for yourself. You're doing what you're doing because you know that you're capable of doing it. And if you haven't started doing the things that you want to do, you need to start. You're never going to start if you don't start. You have to remember that. That's something that I learned a long time ago. Talking about what you want to do is fine and is dandy, but guess what? You're procrastinating because you haven't started. It literally takes one day to get things started. All you have to do, or one thing that you can do, is write down what you are trying to accomplish. Remember, words matter. Words are very important. Get you a notebook, get you a list, write down the things that you're trying to do, make a small checklist. Sometimes you have to remember that you can't shoot for the bigger picture. Sometimes you have to shoot for the smaller picture that lead to the bigger picture. It's very, very important. Sometimes we don't reach our goals because we're too busy striving for the top and not the middle. And remember, you can't get to the top unless you do those things that are going to get you to the middle, that's going to get you to the top. So you have to make smaller goals sometimes, okay? So I just want to read a few things to remind you guys to just keep pressing, keep pushing, and when times get hard, don't give up, just keep moving. So the first thing I'm going to read right now is from Exodus chapter 9. Verse 1, it's literally super small. So pretty much, got to get my YouTube together. So pretty much, it says, "Go back to Pharaoh, the Lord commanded Moses. Tell him, this is what the Lord, the God of Hebrews, says. Let my people go." Sorry, my phone's about to die. This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. Let my people go so they can worship me. So I'm reading here from the footnotes for my everyday Bible that gives you like notes and stuff to help you better understand what you're reading. So pretty much, this is the 5th time God sent Moses back to Pharaoh with the demand, let my people go. By this time, Moses may have been tired and discouraged, but he continued to obey. Do you find yourself facing the same difficult conflict again and again? I know we all do sometimes. It doesn't matter what it is. We feel like things are never going to end. We keep running into the same situations, or no matter how hard we're trying to do this, no matter how hard we're trying to do that, no matter how long we've been working on this, no matter how long we've been working on that, we feel like we don't see any results. Well, I want to remind you, don't give up. When you know what is right to do, keep doing it. As Moses discovered, persistence is rewarded. Okay? And that's very important. That's the key right there. Persistence is rewarded. You have to keep pushing, and you have to keep going, and you have to keep working on those things. You have to keep working on those things that you believe in yourself to do. Point blank, period. So next is, let's see here. Okay. Next is from 1 Samuel's, okay? And this is pretty much a story about Hannah. She was trying to get pregnant, couldn't get pregnant. She prayed and she made promises to the Lord. And then eventually she was able to bear a child. But within her bearing this child, she had to make sure that she committed to those promises that she gave to the Lord. So, as a reminder, we may face times of barrenness when nothing comes to birth in our work, service, or relationships. Praying in faith is difficult when we feel so ineffective and alone. But as Hannah discovered, prayer opens the way for God to work. So no matter what you're going through, when you're feeling discouraged and feel like that you can't do it, make sure that you continue. Who is this person requesting to be in my live? Oops. I don't know who this person is. Anyways, you can collab with me maybe next time. I'm sorry. So like I was saying, prayer opens the way for God to work. So pray. When you're feeling discouraged and you're not sure where you want to go, and people are making fun of you, or people are badgering you, and honestly just discouraging you. Like, sometimes the reasons why you're feeling discouraged is because your own friends and family don't really believe in what you're doing, or they make it seem like they don't believe in what you're doing. You know what I mean? And it hurts. Point blank, period. It hurts because that's your family. Those are your friends. Like, those are people that you confide in, that you talk to. The family, they grew up with you, they raised you, they're your parents, so you expect them to support and believe in you. And you know what? That does not always happen. So you have to remember that there's one person that's always going to believe in you, and if it's for the will of your life, he's going to give you every desire in your heart, and that's the Lord. So prayer opens the way to God. Another thing, when you're praying about stuff, be careful what you promise in prayer, because God may hold you to it. Okay? You can't, like, I know I used to do this all the time. When I used to smoke crazy, sometimes I would be so high sometimes, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, Lord, if you get me through this day, I'll never smoke again. I'll be wake up next day, hit the blunt. Okay? Like, thankfully I wasn't making promises to things that were super big, but you have to be careful what you promise in prayer, because the Lord might hold you to it. And he's going to be expecting you to do those things that you said that you were going to do. If he gave you this, gave you that, helped you with this, answered this prayer, gave you this blessing, that's really important. Although we are not in a position to barter with God, he may still choose to answer a prayer that has an attached promise. When you pray, ask yourself, will I follow through on any promises I make to God if he gives me what I ask? To ignore a promise, especially to God, is dishonest and potentially disastrous, okay? God keeps his promises to you, and he expects you to keep yours. So be careful what you promise when you're praying and looking for blessings and things like that, because you don't want to receive it and then not hold on to your promise and then lose it, So if you don't think that you can handle, if you don't think that you're going to be able to hold on and do what you were saying that you were going to do, then don't do it. And honestly, that comes with life in general. I believe that your word is your bond. Do not tell people that you're going to do things that you're not going to do. I take that very serious, and I take that very important, and I will be very offended, hurt, might even cry and not want to talk to you no more. Was good, burnt out, or have an attitude with you if you tell me that you're going to do something and you renege. That's just the truth. I'm just going to keep 100. That is just the truth. If you tell me you're going to do something, you're going to meet me somewhere, we have plans, we solidify them, and you cancel, especially last minute or some fugazi stuff, I'm going to be over it. And I'm going to be upset. Same thing with the Lord. Don't make promises that you cannot keep. And definitely don't make promises that you can't keep just to get things in return. No, that's messed up. The very last thing that I have to read from my Bible today to remind you to continue and don't be discouraged, because if it's for you, it's going to be for you, and you just have to keep going. Like, people aren't always going to like what you do. People aren't always going to like you. You know what I'm saying? But just keep moving. Things don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, sometimes things do happen overnight, but they never really happen overnight. Like, yes, you may wake up tomorrow and boom, everything that you've been praying for, everything that you've been wanting to happen so bad might just happen. But you still were working towards it. You know what I'm saying? So no, nothing happens overnight. You got to keep that energy. You got to keep putting in that work. You got to do the best that you can, and just don't give up. So I'm reading from Philippians right now. Where's my notes? So this story is pretty much Paul, who was like in prison and awaiting his court date. So the verse is, and I want you to know, my dear brothers and sisters, that everything that has happened to me here has helped to spread the good news, which is the word of God. For everyone here, including the whole palace guard, knows that I am in chains because of Christ. Chains because of Christ. So pretty much, we may not be in prison, but we still, let me backtrack real quick. So while Paul was in prison, he pretty much used his time there to continue to spread the word of the Lord to the people that were in prison, and to encourage them to keep hope and have faith, even if they don't know like when they're getting out, or might be sentenced to death. But you know what I'm saying? But He used the good news. He used the Lord's word to encourage these people and give them faith throughout the time that they were in there. Some people were believers already, and some people were non-believers, but he was able to convert them. So with that being said, we may not be in prison, but we still have plenty of opportunities to be discouraged. Times of indecision, which we all go through. Financial burdens, we all go through that. Family conflict, we definitely all go through that. Church conflict, not sure if you're going through that, but I'm sure somebody is. Or the loss of our jobs. So how we act in such situations will reflect what we believe. So when you're going through things and you're discouraged and you're not believing in yourself, don't do that. Don't feel that way. Continue believing in yourself, because once you give yourself that negative mindset, you're going to start believing in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to affect the results that you're going to yield. So even when you feel like things aren't going the way that you want to, stay optimistic and stay positive, okay? Like Paul, look for ways to demonstrate your faith even in bad situations. When your emotional reserves are almost depleted, we know sometimes we just get so depleted, so down in the dumps, and we're just like, shoot, I don't have anything left to give. Stay focused. Keep pushing. Whether or not the situation improves, one thing for sure is your faith will grow stronger. So when you're going through things in your down times and you're doing all your praying and everything, like I said, even if your situation doesn't improve, there's one thing that you improve, which was your faith in Christ. And improving your faith in Christ at the end of the day is going to yield more blessings. Sometimes we have to remember that maybe what we're working for, it's not the season for it. Maybe what we're working for is not what we're supposed to be doing. Sometimes you have to find your purpose. And you have to find your destiny. You have to ask the Lord, what am I supposed to be doing, Lord? Guide me. Help me find my destiny. Help me find my purpose in life, instead of just, I don't want to use the word wasting your time, because I don't feel like anyone's wasting time. I feel like anything you do is always going to be something that's teaching you the things that you need to know. Hey, hon, how are you? I'm doing good. Reminding people to keep it moving. I feel like everything that we do in life, any job that you have in life, any situation that you deem negative that you have in life, is still planting that seed for you to get the lessons that you need to get to push you and to get you ready for what is meant for you to come. So once again, if your situation doesn't improve, one thing, when you keep the Lord with you, your faith is going to grow stronger. And when you find your path and you find what you're supposed to be doing, your faith will be so strong that the blessings are just going to roll in. So last thing, when we speak out for Christ or live faithfully for him during difficult situations, we encourage others to do the same. Be an encouragement to others by the way you live. Now, you don't necessarily have to be a believer in Christ. I know everybody is not. That is me. But there's still, point to this. And that is, be an encouragement to others by the way you live. So when you're feeling down and out and you staying optimistic, you never know who you're helping. You showing your friends and your family, coworkers, whoever, even yourself, that you can do it. I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah, I got scammed. Yeah, I did this and did that. It didn't work out. But you know what? It's going to work out next time. Sometimes you got to just keep pushing, and other people will see that. The Lord will even see that in your hard work and your dedication. And you may help somebody else decide that they want to join you, or you might help somebody else continue doing their business, or apply for that job. You just literally never know. So you always want to be the best person that you can be, because you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping others. Like, you honestly really are. You never know who's looking at you, who's looking up to you, and who's watching you. You never know who's hearing and seeing what you're doing or what you're saying. And sometimes it can be people who don't even really rock with you like that. But you say one thing or see one post, they see one thing or see one post, and boom, you change their perspective, because that happens for us all the time. You know what I'm saying? We get on the internet, see things, and whoa, our frame of mind literally changes instantly. We're like, wow, I never thought of it like that. Or dang, that person's right. You know what I'm saying? And then now you have motivation to keep going and doing something new. Motivation to keep going and continue, with what you're trying to do. So that was really all that I had to read from my Bible. But I just wanted you to know, remind you of some stories that you might be familiar with, that, of many times in life that people are discouraged, many times in life that God has even put people in situations to do what he has them to do for him. And that's just also something that you have to remember. Nothing's a loss. It's always a lesson. Like, I have to remind myself of that every day just to keep it moving. Nothing's a loss. It's always a lesson. So like I said, don't quit. Keep pushing. There's somebody out here that believes in you. There's somebody out here that supports you. And if they aren't, and if they don't, you got to be that person, because just like if you don't love yourself, nobody else will, or people are going to love you the way that you love yourself. It's the same thing. People are going to support you the way that you support yourself. No one's going to learn to support and believe in you if you're not even supporting and believing in yourself. So you wear your brand, okay? You post your music. You write your songs. You post your stuff. You play your tracks in the car. You play your tracks in the club, or, if you're able to do that. But my point is, the way you out here rocking with other people, other celebrities, I don't really want to put them in quotes like that, but you get the point. Rock with yourself that way. The way you out here supporting these other brands, support yourself that way. You know what I'm saying? You getting custom made clothes, custom made masks, wear that. You got, whatever your business is, just promote it. Don't just have your business to get the money. You got to support yourself. You know what I'm saying? So use your own discount codes, wear your own brands, play your own music. Eat your own food. Of course you do. But I'm just saying, if you got a food business, go ahead, make your plates. And you know what you need to do? You need to tape yourself, do your little TikToks, do your little videos, whatever, eating your own plate. The same plates that you're posting pictures of all the time for us to see. You need to be sitting right there with your little plate and all your food in it, and you need to be eating it as well. And you need to be like, oh yeah, support blah, 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 blah. Hey, my man Jaquante just got in here. This message really is, based off him and the conversation that I had with him yesterday, or maybe the other day, and I just wanted to share, with other people, and just remind other people that, don't quit, don't stop, and keep doing whatever you're doing, because there's always going to be someone that supports you and believes in you, and you got to just keep going regardless. Look up to the Lord. If you don't believe in the Lord, then look up to whoever that you believe in, and just keep going, because your friends not going to support you, your family is not going to support you. At the end of the day, you got to support you, because if you don't support you, definitely nobody else is going to. So like I said, show us them plates that you be making for us and eat them. Wear them brands. That's your brand. Make sure you post it. Don't just be posting it on your table and not the pop-ups. I need to see you putting your shirt on and showing us, that you're wearing your own brand today. Put your hat on, show us that, you're rocking your own brand today. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, ride in your car. Post us listening to, post for us to see you listening to your own track. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supporting all these other people out here, you need to support yourself literally the same, because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to take. And that was it. That's really all that I had to say. I got my little hair done today, as y'all can see, so I keep, until, the humidity makes it poofy again. But that's it. Just don't quit. Keep going. Believe in yourself. And don't worry about those people that are non-believers, because when you make it and you accomplish your goal, they will see. You shouldn't be doing stuff to prove things to other people. If you're going to prove anything to anybody, you need to prove it to yourself and the Lord that you can do it, and that you're going to work hard and continue to be appreciative of all the blessings and the things that He's sending your way. But just keep moving. My phone is about to die and cut off, so I got to get off here. Keep going. Keep pushing. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in me. Okay? Sing your heart out, cook your heart out, brand your heart out, love your heart out, and just know that everything's going to be taken care of when it's supposed to be taken care of, the way it's supposed to be taken care of, and how it's supposed to be taken care of, as long as you do your part, which is keep grinding, don't give up, and believe in yourself. Okay? Okay? Good. All right. I love you guys once again. Go like some posts or something. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ms. Montana official channel. Make sure you listen to me on Spotify, iTunes, MIZZ Montana. And, hopefully I helped you today. And hopefully you can spread my message to somebody else. When you feel someone that's down, or you feel or see one of your friends that maybe is having some issues, just remind them that it's going to be okay, and don't give up and keep pushing. Like I said in the very beginning of the stream, it really doesn't matter what it is. It can be you trying to get that new house, that new car, that new job. It doesn't have to be your business. It can be a relationship with a significant other. It can be a relationship with your parent. Whatever it is, just keep striving for it. Don't give up, and just really do your best to take the steps that you feel need to be taken to get you to where you're trying to get with that person, okay? Or with that situation, to whatever you need to do to get that job, to get that house, to get that car, to get that relationship, to rekindle that relationship. Just do it. And one more thing, you got to start to make it happen, okay? A lot of people, like I said, do a lot of talking. They have so many ideas, but you are not going to see any of it coming to fruition if you don't start, okay? You have to start. Please, please, guys, seriously, like, that's really important. You have to start. You got to stop dreaming it. You have to make it happen, because you're the only person that can make it happen, okay? And once you start doing, like, you'll realize, like I said, make your small list goals. You can't just go from 0 to 100, okay? Like, yeah, Drake made the song 0 to 100, okay, but in reality, not. You got to have those smaller goals, okay? Remember, those smaller goals are going to get you to that bigger goal. You will not go from here to here. You got to go through the trials and tribulations in between, okay? You have to. So if you have to write it down, write it down. If you can keep it mental, keep it, in your mental. But regardless, just make sure that you get those small steps in order so you can reach that bigger goal, okay? Because I can guarantee you that you will get discouraged if you're not reaching that bigger goal. But you'll realize you're not reaching that bigger goal because you're not making those smaller goals, okay? Like, you have to make the smaller goals. You have to. You have to. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll give you an example. Like I did this years ago, and then I'm getting off because my phone's about to cut off. So I used to work at this one job like called PDS, and we were doing surveys, so I had time to write my little notebook. Long story short, me and my friends used to go and like pass CDs and flyers around in the mall and like people's cars. This was like fresh out of college or something. So I knew that I was preparing for like my album to drop, or just something of the sort, my album to drop. So what I did, I gave myself a date that I wanted the album to drop, and in between, some of the smaller goals were like, it's super simple. It was like, get flyers printed. Get the flyers printed. Order the CD inserts. Get the duplicate CDs. Order the CD cases. Literally like that. And check those things off, because it's another way to keep yourself organized. Because you're too busy worried about the album dropping that you're forgetting all the stuff that you really have to do in between. And you can get very overwhelmed if you don't have some type of organization to help you get to that level. You know what I'm saying? To that the main goal. So that's something that you need to do, okay? Once again, I love you guys. Have a great day. I know my Apple Watch looks kind of weird on the outside like this, but so be it. Stay tuned, because I'm about to try to make some cheese bites and mozzarella sticks with Flamin' Hots. So check out the next post that I'm about to do. Like I said, cheese curds with Flamin' Hots. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm about to try. Hope you guys have a good day. Whatever you got going on, don't quit. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust the Lord. You got this. And don't worry about them haters, because guess what? Like my Twitter name is, haters are lovers. They're loving you because they're taking their time to talk about you, and then they're going to love you eventually when they see that you made it, okay? All right, guys. Let me do my little thing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Last thing. A new collection I'm coming out with my brand. It's called Only Way Is Up. So I got to shout out my little thing and be like, oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure why I did this, but stay tuned. I love you guys. I got to go. My phone's definitely about to cut off. All right. Bye.